Everybody say hi to Tuck. We're finally close in our house, which means we can finally get back to working on projects. I haven't had any projects to work on in 3 months, so it's good to be back. Well, the first project back is going to be a climbing wall, because I haven't been to the gym in weeks. I bought a set of plans from Climber Dad. I'll leave a link in the description. So I didn't want to take the time to try and build my own. If we just spend a couple bucks on some plans that I could use. I just went to Lowe's and picked up all the wood and hardware. And we ordered a set of climbing holds from REI. So I'll show you all that once I get it assembled. Well, it seems to be a theme on this channel where I forget something every time I go to the store for a project and need to make 8 different trips. But got a paint roller for my sponges so I can actually finish painting this damn thing. So rather than waste a bunch of paint dumping it into a bucket, just gonna spread it out. And roll her out. And I already broke it. But we'll see what the rain does, and if it'll hold off, I might put the kicker together, let the paint dry overnight, and then hopefully assemble this thing tomorrow. Alright, so I just filled my memory card up right as I was getting this position, but it's a lot easier to move the kicker box around. I'm gonna submit this big frame round that I got, but I got it up on jack stand so it's at the right height. So now I can screw it in. And I can lever this ever so slightly. So putting the 3 jack stands in the middle, I can kind of teeter-totter it so that I can get this sit flush. Right on the money, baby. On the money. Oh, fucking God. Just realized I put all my T-nuts in backwards. On the wrong fucking side. Fuck is everything? Holy shit. Fuck, piece of shit. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, day 102 working on this thing. I kind of ran out of steam yesterday, so I'll just went to the store, picked up a couple of things, and I got one of these. So I can go around and deeper all the holes for the holds, and then I want to sand down all the plywood, so I've got to worry about splinters and such, and I don't have much paint left. So I want to sand it down so it's nice and smooth and then paint over that so it's extra comfy for my soft, delicate fingies. Somehow I put this hole in the wrong spot, so this board wasn't going in right. So somehow I missed the mark on that, and then this board wasn't going in. I gotta remeasure and redo this side, and I think the other side too. I think I just got a couple of the measurements confused. Cross pages for boards and redid this. It's way smoother now. Still a bit of rough spots, but that should fill in okay with this thick paint I got. So gotta do this one and this one. Well, luckily I didn't put any holes in the kicker yet, actually. That's as high as my jack will go, but it's very close. And that's why I didn't get under it. It fell over. See if I can get it up. You think grabbing a handful of washers out of the same bin, they'd be all the same size. But somehow some asshole put a smaller diameter washer in with all the other ones. Now I gotta make this one bigger. This is why every fucking project takes 10 times fucking long as it needs to. God fucking damn it! Fucking hammer at. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't try this at home. I think it took me an hour or maybe two just to stand the fucking thing up. But tomorrow I can paint it, get the holds in, and put the backing 2x4s on. If and when I decide to do another one, definitely not building a kicker. I ran out of paint, but I found missing shit. I think it'll work. That's pretty good. Kind of out of paint now anyway, so that'll have to do. It'll be a lot smoother. So looks like they come with a mix of hardware. You got screw-ons for these screw-on handholds. I'm assuming they're the slightly bigger ones. Bolt-on micros. And then these bigger jugs and macro holds with bigger, beefier hardware. So this one goes to the micro handholds. And then you got the bigger, beefier hardware for the bigger holds. So I'm kind of glad I didn't bother putting T-nuts on that. So I'm just going to throw a couple screw footholds in on the kicker and that should be good to go. Just got stung in the face by a little wasp, I think. Oh, man. That hurt. I don't know if it was on me or if I just caught it in the air, but I went to wipe my face and got me. It's also 100 fucking degrees out. So like and subscribe so I can build an air-conditioned workshop. I figure most starts going to be between these two, so I'm just going to throw let's see, 3, 4, 5. Throw this little guy. This has a nice point to it. Throw those 3 on here. I have one with a little more meat on it, some with less. And go up from there. Ow. Definitely need more crash pads. Well, haven't even finished the wall yet, and I already hurt myself. But I was just moving some holds around, testing some stuff out, making some adjustments, and off camera, it slipped off and gave myself a touch of whiplash. So I was completely out of it the whole rest of that day and a bit of yesterday. It's feeling a little better today, but it's just way too steep and too slippery to climb right now. It's way too heavy to try to stand it up more vertical. Thankfully, I don't think there's any real permanent damage. My neck was just already a little bit sore before I fell, probably from building this thing, because it is so ungodly heavy trying to stand it up. So hopefully it'll feel better the next couple days. But I think I was just a little too excited and went a little too hard too fast and slipped right off. I haven't climbed at all in like a month, so I guess I was a little overeager. But I'll be back. I got a couple more boxes of holds coming, and I still need to put the plywood. I still need to put the 2x4s in between the joists so that I can really attach the plywood more securely. I was climbing on it fine, but it's just a bit of flex, a bit of bow. So I'll get the plywood on nice and secure this week too. I'm waiting on other stuff to ship and arrive. Stay tuned for that. I'll do some follow-up in the next couple weeks. But one upgrade I would like to make is swapping out these straps for chain. I feel like chain might be easier to adjust and be a little more secure. I think I have a really good way to be able to adjust it, so I'll have to try and lift it or put my back into it, because this thing is ungodly heavy. I think eventually I might move it off this concrete pad here so we have this open area again. So stay tuned for that. Hit like, make my neck feel better. And we do that 100 more times until it's as high as it can go. Of course, there's a plane. This is seriously the best money I've ever spent. This thing had no problem just pulling the legs together. Standing it right up. I ended up making it about 25 degrees, I think. Check. Yeah, I ended up making it about 25 degrees, which makes it way, way taller and hopefully way easier to climb. And I also just went and picked up some foam tiles to lay down around here as just a base, so if I bottom out on anything, I'm not gonna blow out my elbow, blow out my knee. I also got some liquid chalk, that way I can really cake up these holds and get some chalk in there. Had to get a new brush. And then I got a black diamond helmet. So now that my neck's feeling a little better, it's still a little sore. biggest mat for when you're falling from the highest height. I think I'm going to roll with this setup for a little bit and see how that does. It's got them both running long ways. This mat is 10 feet long. If I were to fall straight down from the highest point, it would be right here. So, fall, land, roll back, and with my helmet, I don't have to worry so much about trying to keep my neck up or bonk my head. So I think this might do. I can pat this up with, throw pillows or something. But I can just kind of try and climb more in the center, follow the center. Good. That one's loose. But now I'm taking some of the holds that are spread out, rearranging them and consolidating them more in the middle so that you're kind of more over the center and over this crash pad. So you're not hanging off over the side and can fall and end up in one of these gaps until I get more pads out here. So I just got another box of holds, so I'm going to rearrange these and then get these other ones put on. Looks like it is kind of stuck in the glue there. Now that's it all for all the big ones, so I gotta do the screw ends and the other little guys. I think I'll finish it up tomorrow. I'm gonna test this out real quick and call it a day. that's all the climbing holds I have. And we got both of these sheets emptied out and on the wall. Threw in some more footholds down here so you can get a good start. Filled in this first sheet, threw a couple on this last sheet, and a couple extra finish holds up top. So I think that's a good start for now. May still end up moving some stuff around, but pretty happy with how it came out so far. Just wish I had a couple more holds, but it'll do. I gotta work on my finger strength again. If you don't use it, you definitely lose it. But I do have one small confession to make. I'm actually not done building the climbing wall yet. I still gotta put the back bracing for the plywood sheets. I still need to go around and put the 2x on the backs of these. That way the plywood has something to hold on to, because I could definitely feel it flexing when I'm pulling hard. So I got them all set and ready to go. I just gotta put pocket holes on all these so they fit nice, and then attach the sheets of plywood to it, and then I'll feel a lot more comfortable being on it. So far this water mattress is working great. Fallen a couple times from up there and not a problem. And then I just called a tree company about getting rid of this tree before it falls on my new climbing wall. Alright, so if you're curious like I am just how far the screw goes into the pocket hole, it's about that far. It's kind of nice that the T-nuts can actually kind of hold the board in place until you are just about ready, and then shift it up where it needs to be. It's even nicer when you got actual bolt holes coming out, or it's even nicer when you have the actual end of the bolt sticking out on some of them. pretty much it. Just went along this seam where the two pieces of plywood come together. Tried to hit the 2x4 behind it, kind of in between each stud. Threw a couple more on the studs themselves. So should feel a lot more sturdy. Now I'm pretty tired, so I'll probably try and climb later. But I think that's pretty much it. Wish I had a bit taller ladder so I could work on finish holds and get up there, put set screws in and stuff, but I guess that'll have to wait. So overall, super psyched. Can't wait to get back on the wall. Felt good to do just a little bit of climbing. My fingers are sore from testing it out and putting it together. So if you like that, hit subscribe, hit like, that whole thing if you want to see more. Appreciate it. So I did pick up a tarp to put along the back here. We're not expecting any rain real soon, so I'm not going to put it on right now. So I got to figure out I'm going to put hooks up there. So I got a tarp to cover the back to keep the sun and rain off and help keep out any debris and bugs and stuff. And eventually I'm going to move it off of this pad, probably actually over here in the dirt. So this will help, again, keep stuff off of it. So it's not all pressure treated wood, and even so it'll slowly deteriorate, so I want it to last as long as possible. So I'll figure out how to put this on eventually.